companies has been under stress, with a few exceptions. And even those exceptions, while they've made the profits, but they've not been up to the expectation of the street. The core reason for this has been really the volatility in the pricing of raw materials. So if you look at the overall API industry in India, even now to a large extent, it depends on China for the import of several key raw materials and ingredients. And most of them, I would say, depending on the product that you're focused on, are up in prices anything from 30% up to, in certain cases, several 100% to 300% price rises we've seen. And the ability to pass on this cost increase to the end customers for the industry typically is a phase lag. So I do believe that the industry as a whole has hit a speed bump. This is not a structural shift in the market. Companies that were making 20% EBIT numbers, such as ourselves, have come down to about 10%. And this is not a structural shift. This is a small blip in our journey. Having said that, there are still a lot of positives. The two positives I would focus on. One is for IOL, our chemicals business continues strong performance. Our non-ibuprofen APIs have seen remarkable growth. And also our exports business has picked up compared to where it was in the last quarter. So yes, there is a silver lining in this cloud, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that light at the end of the tunnel is not only for IOL, but for the industry at large.
Oh yes, things are certainly looking up for the industry. And let's talk about the silver linings that you talked about one by one. Chaturvedi, you said this is a temporary blip. Can you expand on that? And you talked about how the price hikes are usually undertaken in a lag manner. So when you say temporary blip, is that because the price hike is imminent?
No, there are two reasons for that. One is whenever the raw material prices go up, the API manufacturers try to pass along the cost increase to the customers, and that takes several weeks or months. Also, the price increases that we experienced from China was perhaps an overreaction, because some of them we've already started to ease back. So just as an example, one of our key products, metformin, we, as with all of the metformin manufacturers in India, import the DCDA from China. This raw material had seen price hike and had gone up to almost $4,800 a ton level, and this has started to ease back. So what will happen is some of this price increase will be passed on to customers, and going forward, the prices of the raw materials will also ease back. And therefore, I don't think you will see the industry jumping back from 20 to 10 back to 20 within a quarter, but certainly within 2 quarters, you will see that to happen.
Good to hear that. Also, Sanjay, what I wanted to understand was that as a strategy, what is it that you're doing at IOL to try and reduce your dependence on ibuprofen? Because it's not just you, but other players like Granules as well, which have been marred by the same problem and have seen a margin contraction in their second quarter.
And perhaps something that keeps us up at night. And what we've done strategically over the last 2 years is we put a lot of focus on the non-ibuprofen portfolio for our API business. So if you look at our growth in products like metformin, like clopidogrel, like pantoprazole, and a few others, we've really started to pick up volumes and market share. So if you look at last year, our non-ibuprofen business contributed less than 200 crores to the total sales portfolio annually. This year, we are going to be in the range of around 350 crores or so. So, this is a significant jump from last year, and we continue to keep deep focus in the non-ibuprofen part. And, not to say that ibuprofen is an area not for growth for us, but really we have to look at expanding the size of the pie itself and adding more products into the mix to de-risk ourselves from ibuprofen. And our results are showing that we are successfully doing that.
Interesting. The markets would like this. What I also see in your second quarter performance is that since 2017, actually, not just second quarter, your cash flows have improved meaningfully. Did COVID-related drugs also help the sales to improve and thereby better your cash flows on the balance sheet?
So I wouldn't say that is the case for us because we don't really have a COVID focused portfolio. What has really helped us is, I would say operational excellence and having a fabulous finance team that is working very closely with our marketing team to ensure that the collections are steady.
Mr. Chaturvedi, the thing is when you are so hedged towards one product, when the things are good, it's always talked about, yes, this is going to be the upside for the company. And we were seeing that, right, in the first half. And now the commentary that's coming in is, when will we see IOL reduce its exposure to ibuprofen? But I just want to get back to the basics once again, because I think a lot of the shareholders will also want to know, and you're saying it's an industry-wide problem, margins. And we've seen this across sectors. If I look at the margins reported by our company, 8%, these are multi-quarter lows. Any guidance that can be provided on when we can see an uptick? And I take the point that this is an industry-wide problem. It's cutting across sectors too.
Yeah. So I think it's fair to say that next quarter itself, you will see significant improvement from these numbers. The month of October has already gone by, and we've delivered good business with good margins, certainly better than what we had in the preceding quarter. So there is no doubt in my mind, and I have full confidence in our team, our capabilities, and the support that our customers give us, that going forward, these margins are going to improve substantially.
Okay. So that's a big headline that's coming in. What you see in the quarter result that's gone by for IOL is a temporary blip. There are a lot of silver linings. Margins should perhaps start going up from the next quarter itself. Lots of headlines there coming in from the CEO of IOL Chemicals. Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us today live on the market.
Bye-bye.